My journey with Fellows started with just a conversation with Kurt right when he was starting out developing the platform. And I was very busy at the time with a job that he had actually placed me at. And I said, well, it's a great concept, but I'm too busy for it now. And until I got to the point where I wanted to do another search and I wanted to find a better position for myself, that's when I got back with Kurt about it and realized the power of what it was going to be able to do in helping me with my search. The process was pretty straightforward. It's kind of one of these things. There's a steep but relatively short curve that you have to go through, which is stepping back and thinking about your network of contacts in a way that you hadn't thought about it before. Because the first thing that you don't think about is just how big your network is. And pulling all that information together, for me, took me from where I thought I knew maybe a couple of hundred people to where I realized I had actually a very viable network of over 1,000 people that I was going to be able to work with. And that was the first piece of it. The second piece was giving me a structure that let me realize the parts of that network that I needed to communicate with differently. Who were the executive level people that I had a connection to that would be able to let me, create a network to spot the kind of opportunities that I was looking for. I absolutely recommend Fellow to my other colleagues. I've actually sent several of them towards Fellow in the course of the last couple of years, because it's not this, kind of the traditional, if you look at the mundane advice that you get from people about what you need to do when you're looking for a job, it mostly involves things that aren't really going to get you to the right people. Most of the advice or the systems that I'd seen for pursuing a new position, they weren't geared to getting, helping the executive that's looking for a role. Because the network of people that you need to talk to for that role, there's a very, small subset of all the people that you know.
That's great.
What was amazing with my finding the position that I currently have that I absolutely love, I never would have even gotten a sniff of it without following the methodology that Fellow and Kurt brought to me, because I cast a much wider net of a specific type of person that I wanted to let them know that I was looking and what I was looking for. And sure enough, I got contacted by one of them who said, hey, I just got reached out to by a recruiter for a position that it wasn't right for me, but actually from what you described to me, this is just what you're looking for. And it was such a good fit that within 20 minutes of talking to the recruiter, he was like, I need you to put you in front of Honeywell today. And he was calling them as soon as he hung up the phone with me, and we were actually talking the next day. And that all came about just because somebody that I knew had hit the radar of this recruiting firm, and then they knew that I was the right kind of person for the job, and it worked out fantastic. Was so inconsistent and so ad hoc, and pretty much was just when I needed something. And so, if you ask me a question of how I talked to my network before Fellow, largely I didn't. It wasn't a proactive communication, which as a professional salesperson was stunning to me when I realized it, because with customers, I'm always communicating proactively. But with my own network, I just wasn't doing it. Fellow is going to be the central methodology to how I stay in touch proactively with my network going forward, because it's not just about, even though I'm very happy in the role that I'm doing today, I've got two things that I've still got to do with that network. One is I need to pay it forward to the people that helped me find this new position that I'm in. And so I put a lot of attention now into reacting to people. When I make that communication where I'm saying, what can I do to help you? That's not just a saying. It's something I really believe in, and making sure that I'm part of a group of people that are doing that. And the other piece is I don't know what the next steps in my career are going to be. And I'm not done yet with what I want to do in the business world. So by maintaining this approach, that's what's going to make sure that when someone sees what they think that next opportunity is, they'll pass that information on to me.